The Train to Edinburgh. Chapter 1. The Left Backpack. Jack sat by the window on the 9 a.m. train to Edinburgh. He was a university student, and he was traveling to visit his parents for the summer holidays. He had his headphones on, listening to music and watching the green hills of the countryside pass by. At the next station, a young woman with a green jacket got on the train. She sat across from Jack. She looked busy and was writing something quickly in a black notebook. An hour later, the train conductor announced the next stop. The woman suddenly looked at her watch, stood up fast, and put her notebook in her coat pocket. She ran to the doors just as the train stopped. After the train started moving again, Jack looked at the seat across from him. The woman was gone, but her small green backpack was still there. She forgot it. Jack picked it up and looked out the window, but the train was already leaving the station. Chapter 2. The Ticket and the Name. Jack did not know what to do. He opened the front pocket of the backpack to look for a phone or an ID card. Inside, he found a train ticket and a small sketch of an old castle. The ticket was from London to Edinburgh, just like his. At the top of the ticket, there was a handwritten name, Sarah Miller. Jack decided to keep the backpack and find Sarah at the Edinburgh station. 2 hours later, the train finally arrived at the Grand Station in Edinburgh. The station was very large and crowded with hundreds of people carrying bags. Jack stood near the main exit, holding the green backpack up in the air so people could see it. He waited for 15 minutes, but nobody came. He walked outside into the city. The weather was cloudy and cool. Then he remembered the small sketch inside the backpack. It was Edinburgh Castle, the famous old castle on the hill. Chapter 3. Meeting at the Castle. Jack took a bus up the hill toward the castle. He walked through the historic streets, looking at every person passing by. There were many tourists, but he did not see the woman in the green jacket. Finally, he reached the entrance of Edinburgh Castle. He looked around the square, and there she was. Sarah was sitting on a stone bench, looking very sad and talking on her phone. Jack walked up to her and said, "Excuse me, are you Sarah?" The woman looked up, surprised. When she saw the green backpack in Jack's hand, her face completely changed. She stood up with a huge smile. "Oh my goodness! Yes, I am," she said. "My whole life is in that bag. My laptop, my keys, my university drawings." "You left it on the train," Jack smiled, handing her the bag. Sarah thanked Jack 100 times. She was so grateful that she invited him to a nearby cafe for a traditional Scottish tea and cakes. They sat by the window, talked about their university lives, and became good friends before Jack finally went to his parents' house.